I've often wondered about how reading is gendered or how writing is gendered. Is there a particular way that women write that is different from the way that men write? And as a corollary question, is there a different way that men read than the way that women read? And I don't have a good answer to that question. I think one of the real attractions of reading is that experience of a world that is not yours. That experience of people and events and ways of expressing oneself that are not mine. So as a male reading anything, I'm interested in experiencing worlds with which I don't necessarily identify, that speaks a voice that is different from mine, that has desires and expectations and interests that are not the ones that I inhabit in a daily way. And so I'm actually very interested in reading fiction of all kinds, but particularly fiction, movies, music as well, written by women, written for women, because I view it as a way for me to understand worlds and experiences that aren't mine, and that's one of the great attractions of reading, in my view. And there's an educational part to it also. I think that experiencing short stories written by women, by Alice Munro, by Mavis Gallant, by Lynn Cody, are ways for me not only to experience these different kinds of worlds and these different ways of that men and women might express themselves, it's also a way for me to overcome my own kinds of, let's just call them prejudices or biases about how things should happen or how things should be said or how experiences should be understood. It's a way for me to understand, perhaps that there's a little bit more of a universality to experience, and that my own particular conceptions of how things are not the only way that the world needs to be. And I think good writing of all kinds, but particularly writing by people who are not like me, allows me to have a real integrity in relation to my own questioning about why things are the way that they are. So I really enjoy reading work written by women, work written by people from different racial or religious or ethnic backgrounds, because it, again, invites me into a world that is not mine and helps me better understand my own kind of conception and not think that my way of thinking is really the only one that matters.